Hello everybody, Glass Half Dead here, and today I'm having a nice sit-down interview with the arch enemy itself. It's the Kill Team Elite's news preview. Now, for those of you unaware, I am doing this without having looked at it before. I'm not really, I don't know what I'm about to read. These are first impressions, and the only way you can really tell me whether or not you like first impressions is regardless of your thoughts. Leave a comment, like, subscribe, because I'm a dirty YouTube shill, and here's my intro. First up, we've got the Heretic Astartes. The new Legion traits are set at a powerful narrative edge to your Heretic Astartes kill teams, and I think that's exactly what the Heretic Astartes are looking for, the narrative edge. Oh yeah, that's what they needed help with. Oh yeah. For example, the Quicksilver reflexes of the Emperor's Children ensures that they always fight in the Hammer of Wrath section of the fight phase. Okay. So Emperor's Children, flawless perfection. Only models with the Slanesh keyword can be drawn from this legion. If a model in your kill team is within 1 inch of an enemy model at the beginning of the fight phase, the model in your kill team is considered to have charged. Obvious first thoughts, Zealots are basically constantly nuts. +1 strength, +1 attack. That's really awesome. And obviously everybody's attacking first. So presumably this, well, as we go through the rest of the article, is going to work really well with anybody that is close combat. Although, I suppose a quick note, the first thing we may jump to there are Khorne Berserkers, but Khorne Berserkers, I'm going to take a wild guess, cannot be given the Slanesh keyword. Interesting. Okay. I suppose the other thing to note is that you are considered to have charged, so you can never fire a pistol. It's a minor thing. Pistols kind of suck anyway, but keep that in mind. You will never be able to fire a pistol if you're in combat. The murderous ways of the Night Lords, on the other hand, can all but cripple the morale of enemy fighters once their kill team is broken, giving the Sons of Kurz a significant advantage in the endgame. This is Night Lord's terror tactics. When an opponent takes a nerve test for a model from their kill team, they must add 1 to the test for each of your models, other than shaker models, that is within 3 inches of that model. This is one of those win more buttons, but yeah, I mean, once you break the enemy, this makes sure they stay broken. They have to take a nerve test. Yeah, it's a bit of a min war. It's a bit of a win more button. It's not instant. I mean, obviously, it's very powerful, and it's going to be really good if you're getting flesh wounds on a lot of models, but I'm dubious. To further the glory of the Dark Gods, formidable Heretic Astartes reinforcements will also be available in the form of Khorne Berserkers possessing Terminators. With their strength 5 and the ability to pile in and attack twice in the fight phase, Khorne Berserkers will be excellent choices for culling enemy numbers. Blood for the Blood God. In the fight phase, after this model has fought in that phase for the first time, when it is your turn to pick a model to fight with later in the same phase, this model can be selected to fight for a second time if it is within 3 inches of any enemy models. Okay, cool. So you get to fight twice. That's obviously good. I suppose the only thing there is we don't know how that's going to interact with whatever the Khorne sub-faction rule is. If you're after some added resilience in addition to fearsome melee skill, Possessed offer an additional wound and a 5-up invuln save, while Terminators are, well, Terminators, meaning a 2-up save and access to a huge selection of ranged and melee weapons, including the fearsome Reaper autocannon. The Reaper autocannon is range 36, type heavy 4, strength 7, AP -1, damage 1. And obviously one would assume that Terminators are able to fire heavy weapons on the move. So that's a good weapon. I'm not going to say it's not. On that note, you'll also be able to field either a Chaos Lord or Sorcerer clad in Terminator armor, or one of a host of other powerful commanders, namely a Greater Possessed. So obviously in the content section, I pointed out that it was a bit odd that the Greater Possessed was going to be a commander, but it is. There you go. A Master of Executions, a Dark Apostle, and a Master of Possession. Okay. Although it does note there, complete with their bespoke malefic psychic discipline. So it would appear that the Master of Possession is going to get their own psychic spells, which is cool. Sorry, not spells. Ooh, this isn't fancy. This is hard sci-fi. They're psychic powers. Very different. Death Guard. Unlike the other traitor legions, the Death Guard don't have a choice of legion trait. Okay, so immediately that is, well, you know what? They might say this elsewhere, but I'm just going to call it out now. So this is interesting. They have to pick whatever the sub-faction choice is, and this would imply that maybe things like Galapox and Elucidian Star Striders will get access to, a fixed ability, sub-faction ability. I don't know, who knows? And that would then technically count regarding Games Workshop's promise that everybody gets something in the Elite books. Because at the moment, we believe that Galapox and Elucidian Star Striders have been ignored. Inexorable advance. Models in your kill team do not suffer the penalty to their hit rolls for shooting heavy weapons during a battle round in which they moved, or for shooting assault weapons during a battle round in which they advance. They're basically Eldar. Jesus Christ. Alright. In addition, models in your kill team firing rapid fire weapons double the number of attacks they make if all of their targets are within 8. Oh, okay. Hold up now. Let's reread this. In addition, models in your kill team firing rapid-fire weapons double the number of attacks they make if all of their targets are within 18 inches, rather than within half the weapon's range characteristic. So, I believe what they are saying there is that your rapid-fire effect occurs at 18 inches instead of, for a normal bolt, at 12 inches. The way it is worded, I immediately took that to mean that you just get double your shots because that's what they've written. Rules is written. That there says that you are firing twice when they're within 18 inches, and then you are firing 4 times when they are within 12. It's really awesome how Games Workshop super knows how to write rules. The Death Guard reinforcements in Kill Team Elites are among the hardiest in the game, as well they should be. G-dubs. Blightlord and Deathshroud Terminators are each able to take on many times their own numbers without a scratch, and you'll soon be able to lead them with the mighty Lord of Contagion, whose Vector of Contagion tactic is a potential game winner in the right circumstance. You know what? I'm here. I'll read it. Why not? Even though it's a dirty commander. Oh, quite literally. Use this tactic at the start of the battle round if your kill team includes a Lord of Contagion that is not shaken. Roll a dice for each enemy model that is within 1 inch of any model from your kill team that is within 3 inches of your Lord of Contagion. On a 4, that enemy suffers a mortal wound. 2 CP, yeah, that's really good. Cool. Thousand Suns. Kill teams from the Thousand Suns all gain the Brotherhood of Sorcerers ability, ensuring that you can make the most of your Psychorinos. Brotherhood of Sorcerers. When it is your turn to choose a Psyker from your kill team to attempt to manifest psychic powers in this phase, you could choose up to 2 models from your kill team to do so. Resolve all of one model's attempts before choosing the next model. In addition, the ranges of all psychic powers manifested by models in your kill team are increased by 3 inches. So, the first thing to remember is that with the Thousand Suns, they only have a single, in regular kill team, they only have a single Psyker. So this immediately does nothing. However, if you include commanders, obviously they have Psykers. But I think it's pretty fair to assume that the Scarab Occult Terminators are going to include a Psyker. You're going to get another Sorcerer. Scarab Occult Sorcerer, whatever they're called. So you take one of them, they become... I don't know, I'm just saying. A Scarab Occult Sorcerer and a regular Sorcerer seem like must-takes, maybe, for Thousand Suns. I mean, just being able to do 2 Cybots a turn is really quite good, Oh, and they're at 21 inches instead of 18. Not that big a deal, arguably, but still useful. Speaking of Psychers, the introduction of Scarab Occult Terminators comes with the opportunity to field Scarab. Okay, so if I had read one more paragraph, I wouldn't have stumbled over nearly as many words there. Not to mention a devastating array of war gear, including a heavy warp flamer and hell fiery missile racks. Yeah, I'm going to say fiery, because you can't just make shit up to Games Workshop. Heavy warp flamer 8 inches, heavy D6, strength 5, AP minus 2, damage 1. Also hits, obviously. How do we feel about that? It's fine, it's good. Okay. Hell fiery missile rack 24 inches, heavy 2, Strength 8, AP minus 2, damage D3. Missions and... Oh, okay. Are we done? Oh, alright. Guys, I thought this was going to go on much longer. Wow. Okay. Are there no more chaos? Oh, we're ignoring Gelapox and Servants of the Abyss, aren't we? Gosh. Okay. Okay. Fine. Fine. Let's power through. Missions and reserves. In addition to the huge selection of new fighters and commanders, Kill Team Elites includes a number of new open, narrative, and match play missions, all of which enable you to field kill teams of up to 200 points in size to cater for your powerful new operatives. Quick thought, they've said all of which allow you to go up to 200 points, and they've included match play there. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. I'll read this in a moment. Kill Team Elites also introduces new rules for setting up models off the battlefield in reserve. Ooh, exciting. Enabling you to bring them on later in the battle. Models in reserve can either move onto the battlefield into their deployment zone, or make use of a new universal tactic that enables them to outflank. Tactic 1 CP. Use this tactic at the end of the movement phase. Choose a model from your kill team that was set up in reserve and set them up within 1 inch of the edge of the battlefield and more than 5 inches away from any enemy models. Again, after my read of the contents review, where I read a few of the mission names, I had assumed they were going to be adding some sort of reserves deep strike rule, so this makes sense. Many factions also have access to new tactics that interact with the reserves rules, such as the teleport strike of the Heretic Astartes that enables Terminators to strike directly into the heart of battle. Teleport strike 1 CP. Use this tactic at the end of the movement phase. Choose up to 3 Terminator models from your kill team that were set up in reserve and set them up anywhere on the battle. Okay. So that's interesting. So obviously any model that has a natural deep strike capability, presumably, is effectively going to be better than Outflank, even if all it does is allow you to pick more models. Because my assumption of Outflank here is to use it, it's 1 CP per model. And let's not forget, you can only use a tactic once per turn, per phase, sorry. So you can only bring on 1 model a turn using Outflank. So, this doesn't mean you're going to be leaving half of your force in reserve. Not at all. This is, you might leave 1, possibly 2 key models. Although, I suppose a little bit of a side note, any armies that have big issue with movement, this is very interesting. Suddenly you can outflank to be, within 1 movement turn of an objective. That is very useful. Very useful. Anyway, read the final bit. Your Chaos kill teams are set to be bigger, more heavily armoured, and deadlier than ever. Tune in tomorrow for more Kill Team Elites, where we'll be taking a closer look at the new additions for Imperium kill teams, including a brand new faction, the legendary Adeptus Custodes. Very cool. I'm looking forward to seeing what they've got. I'm looking forward to seeing what all of the Imperium has, actually. I'm very excited. Let's have a quick look up here. It won't let me zoom in on the image. That's top shelf stuff. Okay, so the important things to note on Escape the Facility here, which is a narrative play mission. Let's be clear, not a competitive, but it does say each kill team can cost up to 200 points. So, therefore, Elites is up to 200, in narrative at least. And it also says each player may include a commander in their kill team. I wouldn't have expected anything else from a narrative play mission, if I'm honest. Until we see a competitive play mission, I'm not really going to state anything about what this means for the game. I'm fully aware for this bit up here, the whole match play and 200 points, to just be a typo. That's the kind of thing Games Workshop would do. Yeah. Okay. Well, there you go, everybody. That is the Chaos Roundup. General thoughts? I suppose I don't really have many general thoughts. And actually, I'm kind of regretting saying anything about Elites because every model that comes out is super powerful, and that's great. But basically, what this release is doing is resetting the game. What was powerful is no longer powerful. You can go and look at the profile of a Grey Knight Paladin, right? Let's say, they get 3 attacks base, strength 4, T4. They're a Terminator, so obviously they've got a 2 up, 5 up, um, and they can take heavy weapons while keeping their close combat weapons. Um, I mean that's it's really good. Oh, and they've got 3 wounds, I think. And it's like, wow, okay, those are going to be tough to chew through. But you can then go and look at, let's say, gosh, anything that we've seen so far. Or let's say an incubus, an incubi. They've got like 4 attacks, strength 4, AP -3, are they? What I'm saying is everything we are being given is so much more powerful than everything we've had before. Don't get me wrong, it's great to look at this and wish list, and I'm really enjoying that and saying, oh wow, this is going to be so great. I'm going to make a kill team, all about these. But firstly, until we see points, nothing really means anything. And then until we basically, as I said, this is going to reset the meta. Everything is getting units that are twice as powerful as basic stuff was. Maybe. No, I won't say that. I won't say that. They won't do that. They won't do that. I was going to say maybe they will have elites not be able to capture objectives, right? That would obviously balance them hugely, but I don't think they'd do that. They'd have mentioned it. Nah, I don't know. Anyway, I'm really enjoying reading through these. I'm really enjoying all the information we're being given. Um, I personally am still trying to decide which 1 or 2 teams I want to take forward and actually like make a proper competitive elites based roster out of. So this is all really good fun. Anyway, what do you guys think about everything in here? Tell me. I haven't really played Chaos Armies before. I think I played Heretic Astartes once and lost to Orcs. So there you go, right? Anyway, let me know what you think. Let me know what I should think, please. Thank you. And this has been Glass Half Dead. Hope you've all had a great day. Goodbye.
Hello everybody, Glass Half Dead here. Today we're going to be talking about Kill Team Elite's Chaos Factions. You may have noticed I look and sound a little bit different today. I'm just testing out some new body switching technology from Fabius Bile. He says it's perfectly safe, so don't worry about it. Let's get into it. What's this? Blood for the Blood God? For Corn Berserkers? Fight twice?